Marvelous. Hello everyone, Memory here. As a result of the massive EXP event from the 4th anniversary of the game, I finally got a level 62 character. I ended up getting around 1 billion or so silver from the grind in total. I was focused on EXP, so I popped pretty much every single EXP buff that's in the game now, including the dark beer from last year's event, bells, etc. Anything that you can think of. So I've been getting crazy amount of EXP. The most ridiculous hour is the 5-man mirror mark grind, where I get 10% in 1 hour. This is from 61 to 62 by the way, pretty nuts. Unfortunately, a coordinated 5-man group is not that easy to come by, so I only did that once. Most of the time I solo grind over there, which gives me around 4 to 5% an hour, and grinding in a group of 2 to 3 give me around the same as well. So still not too bad compared to there were no EXP events. Now that I've got some money, and I've done something productive recently, which is setting up 4 boss ults and made a video about it, obviously we gotta at least tap a few pen attempts, and there's no way we can be sensible about money for that long, so enjoy.
This is a Homage beat.
Holy shit, I got sidetracked doing the pen runs and started trying to TED my lance weapon. That Zaka is cursed, I swear. I wasn't gonna take any more of whatever that RNG was, so I decided to use 2 of my 100 plus stacks on the other 2 weapons. I probably hurt somebody's soul doing that, but guess what? After using those 2 stacks, I still have 7 more 100 plus stacks. I failed so much that none of the 100 plus stack I built ever popped a good TED accessory or a pen gear for me. So I ended up with more and more of these stacks. Looking at these stacks in the middle of the night just makes me feel more lonely than the ridiculous t-shirt you bought that is sitting in your closet and never been worn once before it goes into the donation bin. If they are not gonna pop anything good, might as well using them here to reduce my pain. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up with more 100 plus stack later anyways, judging on my luck. Okay, now let's shift our focus to bartering. Bartering seems to be the new hot stuff where everyone is trying to find One Piece. I recently picked up this new seemingly overcomplicated life skill on the ocean. When I say I have thalassophobia in BDO, which is the fancy word for being horrified by the sea. So obviously it's for a good reason. Well, there are actually multiple reasons as to why I decided to pick this up. But the main reason is, of course, the promised 1 billion a day income. or at least that's what I heard from multiple high-end veteran barterer. And this is semi-AFK activity, so that means I can do this while I edit videos, which is great. This is also a good pickup for some of you who are now working from home because of the whole virus situation. And also I get to hire more slaves for my worker empire. These goblin sailors are pretty much just workers in the sea. I currently have 100 plus artisan slaves at my disposal, so you know I like to set these kind of things up. Another big reason why sailing grabbed my attention is that it is actually the main cause to many of the Valencia node materials were boosted in price. Just look at these prices. I bet Valencia nodes alone are pumping out about 40% GDP of my entire worker empire at the moment. You need tens of thousands of these materials for bartering, especially when you're just starting and trying to increase the barter counter by spamming T1 materials. Some of the ship upgrade materials are from nodes as well, which I always have a small pile sitting in one of my storages. This means I don't have to worry about any materials from the nodes, which can be cancerous to gather and buy from the market. For example, acacia and white cedar sap. And so it would be a lot easier for me to set this up now. I won't be going through the details of bartering, building ships, etc. since there are many decent videos already. Well, unless I get many requests in the comments for Lazy Man's package video. But I will say that the initial investment is around 1 billion silver and about 1 week worth of full-on bartering before you get your caravel. The main reason you want to reach the caravel stage before you slow down is because you will get 10,000 weight instead of 5,000 weight. The weight difference increases the bartering efficiency so much that it feels like the difference between a level 1 T8 horse and a coarser T8 horse. So far it seems to be working out decently for me, and I do feel the increase in profit as the barter counter increases. And the 1 billion that I sunk into bartering has already paid itself off after 2 weeks of bartering. That means as a beginner I get around 500 million per week from bartering and set up a caravel on top of that. That's not too bad, considering I'm just doing this while I'm AFK. And this number should increase as the bartering counter goes up. My bartering counter is at around 1000 at the moment, and if I try I can get around 200 to 300 million silver per day just for reference. Now it's time to see what kind of RNG I've got in this episode. Enjoy! Not too bad, it's about a billion worth of stuff from the boxes, and I failed them on T9 attempts. It's not a negative progression, so I should be grateful about it. I've made a DP shy recently and then sold her gear after a week. I'm the kind of person that doesn't mind playing support classes in team-oriented PvP games, such as Node War in BDO. My RNG doesn't allow me to have any sort of gear progression, at least not anytime soon. So I decided to make a shy that doesn't die and annoys the crap out of people, since DP gear is generally cheaper. This is what I ended up with, a 406 DP shy. I was serious enough about it that I even pre-ordered costume for her. It works to an extent, but nowhere close to what I was expecting in terms of tankiness. I do feel the bulkiness from the extra DP and HP on shy, but I still die relatively fast in Node War situations. Apparently I need even more DP than this to feel invincible in Node Wars, which is not gonna happen because I already spent around 3 billion on her. And the other thing that made me sell her gear is that her skills just feels really clunky to use for some reason. Maybe there are animation cancels and skill rotations that I didn't figure out yet, but it's bad enough for me to not enjoy playing her. Did I regret making this ult? Absolutely not, because she is pretty much the best life skill ult currently in the game. She is born with more weight limit than other classes, she has life skill related skills to utilize, and she has decent PvE damage and lots of sustain if I ever need her in combat, like making her my 5th boss ult or something. Anyways, that's it for today. Like it if you subscribe, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.